So, minimalist living or minimalist lifestyle. This video is going to be a little different than what we usually talk about in our travel videos, but there is a connection, and I'll talk about that in a minute. When I first heard about minimalism, I did feel really drawn to it, but then at the same time, I would look at videos of other people who had gone the minimalist lifestyle, and it just seemed overwhelming with their looking at their beautiful homes with clean lines and just overall less clutter. And I thought I could just never attain that. Still, I wanted to work towards it. We both did. I talked to my husband and he was totally on board. So that's what we did, a little at a time. And in this video, I'm going to show you what we did to transform our bedroom and how we went about it a little bit at a time. As RVers, we've learned as we've traveled that we just don't need a lot. We don't need 20 pairs of shoes and 15 hats and definitely less knickknacks, just a little less of everything. So the whys. First, retirement and our future. Like, what will that look like? Possibly we want to go full-time. If we don't go full-time, we may travel for like a year at a time and rent out our house. And we don't want to have our house full of clutter. We want to be able to make it presentable and attractive to other people. And another big one is what it's going to be like when we're gone. We don't want to leave a lot of stuff for our family to have to deal with. I recently learned that there's this thinking or a process, I guess, called Swedish death cleaning, which sounds very morbid, but really is that kind of thinking about what's going to be happening when you're gone, and keeping that thought in mind as you progress through the, cleaning out of closets and whatever it may be. One of the things that can be a struggle is the sentimental things. The things that we are attached to emotionally are not going to have the same kind of necessarily have the same kind of emotional attachment for your loved ones who have to deal with it. On that subject, I think it can be a process, and so give yourself permission to go through it slowly. When we started remaking or redoing our bedroom, it was like in September. First, I listed the old furniture, which I'm also going to show you. Then painting the room, and then buying the furniture. But there were certain things that were difficult. I had this big, like a jewelry armoire. It's like 40 feet tall and just full of jewelry. A lot of it was mine, and most of it I was not wearing anymore. But I also had some things that belonged to my mom and dad. My mom's not only just earrings and brooches and bracelets and necklaces, but watches, and then some things of my dad's too, some rings and some pins that he was awarded with through work, and my mom's sorority pins. And it was just a couple nights ago that I went through that jewelry armoire, and that's been like 6 months since we started this process. And that was kind of like the last thing I needed to do. So as I sifted through that, I started to get emotional, and I didn't know what exactly I was feeling, but I realized that I think I felt a little guilty. I felt like if I let this go, I'm forgetting them, or, I should have more attachment to it. And so after I shed a few tears, I decided to move on. I went through it, and I did keep a few things, very few things that were special. And maybe in the future, I'll pare that down even further. But for now, that's what I could handle. And so that's what I did. And then I gave the rest away. And, it was a lot. It was like literally 10 pounds of jewelry. This is all costume jewelry, by the way. This is nothing valuable. Yeah, I weighed it. It was 10 pounds. So yeah, it can be hard. Give yourself time to do that if you have to, and do it a little bit at a time. But I still made progress. And for that, I feel like I can be proud of that and move on. The third thing is we just want to have less stuff now. the more you have, the more you have to clean and dust and figure out where to store it and all of that. And I just didn't want to be investing emotional energy into that all the time. And I'll tell you, I've already gone through a lot of my clothes. I still have a long way to go, but I love it. I love not having, 3 times as many pairs of shoes when I really only wear 3 pairs. So we still have a long way to go, but we're determined. My husband is going through the garage, which has a lot of his tools. He's a general contractor, and a lot of other things. And I'm still going through the garage, but like the kitchen, how many mugs do we really need? Crafts that it's nice to have, but I never use. Linens, shoes, clothes. I'm still going through that. So, like I said, it's a process. Okay, so let me show you what our bedroom looked like before, how crowded it was, and what it looks like now. So this is our old furniture, starting with the queen bed. As you can see, it was quite bulky with a headboard and a footboard and a very large dresser, which was about 6 feet long with a mirror, a large nightstand, and a large 2-piece armoire. And here's the after. I got this chair on Facebook Marketplace. I loved the wicker design. And then this 3-piece laser cut wood set from Amazon with like a nature theme. Then we have 2 nightstands that are pretty small, but they're just what I wanted, so they work. Then over the bed, we have a large macrame, and we were able to upgrade our bed to a king, and we got a sleek, like simple bed frame that didn't require a box spring, and a new memory foam mattress. And then here's the other end table. We also got simple curtains. We didn't have any before, and even though they're lighter weight, they still help with the light. They work great. I thought they were a cute little design. Then this other little macrame, which is a dream catcher. And I decided to keep my big pillows for now because I use them for propping up on the bed. So got that little basket. And then our only dresser. It's very small, but I liked that and that it was real unique design. The drawers are much smaller than I thought they would be, and we've both purged some clothes and then we put some in the closet. Then I found this little 3-drawer wood and wicker thing at Goodwill and I just spray painted it. Now, I wasn't planning on showing you inside the closet, but I'm gonna do it even though it's a work in progress. So, this used to be just covered with shoes. I had probably 3 times as many shoes. And then also, I've purged a lot of clothes. I still have a long way to go. And then I added these, here, let me turn the light on. I've added these bins, and then I got those on Amazon as well. And then they have little tags you can put on them. So seasonal things that I don't wear right now. Also a storage kind of bag like that for seasonal clothes. So I didn't get rid of everything, but that's the way I manage having the small dresser. So if we seem to have some good response to this video, then we'll probably, do more of them and tell you more about our process. But I'd like to know, where are you in the process? Obviously, you decided to watch this video because you have some interest in minimalism. Is it something that you've started or you're just thinking about? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm just a beginner too, but maybe we can talk about it and brainstorm some ideas.